Dear students, today we are going to discuss two important topics of electrostatics. First one is Coulomb's law and second one is electric field. Let us see the first topic. It is Coulomb's law. This law is used to calculate electrostatic force between two point charges which are at rest. If you see the statement, you see here it is inversely proportional to square of the distance between these charges, directly proportional to product of magnitude of the two charges, acts along the line joining the 2 point charges. That means it is a central force. So you can see the mathematical form of that law. F is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. So it says that F is proportional to Q1 into Q2. F is proportional to 1 by R square. So here K is the constant of proportionality, where K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, where epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. You got the value of epsilon naught already, 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 SI value. Okay, so you can calculate electrostatic force between two point objects which are at rest by using this formula. Next is to write the vector form of Coulomb's law. For that you have to see this diagram. See, these two charges Q1 and Q2 are separated by a distance. O is the origin or reference point. R1 is the position vector of Q1 with respect to O. R2 is the position vector of Q2 with respect to O. F21 is the notation for force experiences by Q2 due to Q1. F12 is the force experiences by Q1 due to Q2. Now you can see these two forces are acting on the line joining the two charges. So that is why this force is called central force. Now you have to apply the concept of triangle law of vector addition. Now you can see R1, this is R1, this is R2. So this is R21. You see the direction of R21. Now in this diagram you can see that the direction of F21 is similar to R21. That means F21 is acting along this direction, which is similar to R21. So now if you apply Coulomb's law to write the vector form, you can write like this: F21, you have to give arrowhead as it is a vector, is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 R21 square R21 cap. That means this is the unit vector R21 cap, which indicates the direction of F21. Similarly, if you want to write for F12, F12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R12 square R12 cap. Fine. So we can conclude that F12 is equal to minus F21, which is visible here in this diagram also. You can see F21 is exactly opposite to F12. Okay, and their magnitude, you see, magnitude of F12 is equal to magnitude of F21, but direction of F21 is exactly opposite to the direction of F12. This is what is the vector form of Coulomb's law. Now if you solve numericals using Coulomb's law, then you have to go this way. You can see this is a simple problem. Two charges are given, 0.4 microcoulomb and minus 0.8 microcoulomb, and force between them is 0.2 Newton. You have to calculate the distance. So before using the formula, you have to convert microcoulomb into coulomb, because we are going to get the result in SI. So by using this formula, you can get the distance as R is equal to 0.12 meter. So you can calculate this. Here also it is applicable. You can see F12 is equal to minus F21. Force experienced by charge 1 due to charge 2 is equal to force experienced by charge 2 due to charge 1. They are equal in magnitude, but direction of F12 is exactly opposite to direction of F21. So we can conclude that Coulomb's law obeys Newton's third law.